What's up, Transformers fans? This is Dan Simmons, and in today's video, I'm going to bring you some new info that we got from the San Diego Comic-Con about the Bumblebee movie. So yeah, new info has been brought up around last night and also this morning. First thing I will start talking to you about is going to be some figures they revealed, and then the biggest one I'm going to talk about is the actual, taking place of the Bumblebee film around the panel, really. So let's talk about the figures first, really. Let's talk about that. So as I promised you, I said if there was any news about Shatter toy, reveal, I would do this. And well, she's been revealed. Now this figure, it's a Titan change, so it's not one of your deluxe class figures or all that. It's just one of those 3-step changer figures, and the toy wise does look amazing, and with it, that's also been confirmed that she is a triple changer as well, because it's now confirmed that she's going to be a jet in the film. Now, I'll just say this now, not the jet we saw in the first trailer. No, because this jet I'm looking at now is very different to the one in that trailer. Now, I don't know what kind of jet she's meant to be, but obviously from this picture, this is the jet form, but obviously it'll be more different. It'll be like really accurate to the jet them using in the film, but I don't know. But I'm digging the jet look, really. If they actually do ever reveal the actual jets, them using for the film, then I can have a look at it and go like, give it like to say, ooh, I can see how different it is to this toy. But yeah, when it comes to the Warbot form, it does look good. I'll just say that now. Look, it's got that movie accurate, but there's some bits that, but doesn't look bad. Then you get the box artwork of her, and pretty looks amazing. She does. Now there is one for the Bumblebee, but it's just the one from the 2007 film, the first car mode he takes on. So nothing much to comment about that there. So there's that one. Now let's get into the main big topic of this one. Now, as I said, this took place yesterday, so they had the panel on yesterday, and they had it around the Hall H, so that's a cool name, and we got some new info and some confirms from the whole Trevor's Night and the Transformers film, and let's get into this really. Now, there is a lot of info on the, a lot of info that took place on, but before I get into what went on the thingy, let's talk about some first bits they bring up. So according to the info, so it says here there was brand new footage from the film will be shown. So obviously it was shown at the place, featuring the Decepticons and other characters. So that's pretty cool. And there was another one. Now with some of these, I was forward to say this now. Some of these I'm not going to get into much discuss about. I might just quickly just say the word and might just quickly say something about it, but someone might just say it and that's it. But before I let you know now. So, okay, let's carry on. So, Trevor's Night discussed creating this new look for Bumblebee, blending modern. Now you have to excuse me if I don't get my words right, but I will spell it out. AESTHETICS. Yeah, and with cartoonies, more G1 inspired looks. So okay, so it looks like he discussed about the new look and about obviously the G1 design of Bumblebee. Well, giving it a G1 look to him, so that is pretty cool. Also, there's what they confirm about Cybertron's in it, so that's pretty cool. And this bit says about Cybertron is going to be featured in the film as Bumblebee's background is spelled on, ELABORATED. So that word, that on and why he comes to Earth in the first place. So okay, so it seems that we must get a Cybertron scene then. It would be good. This is in my mind. Would be good if they start the film off with a scene on Cybertron, but if it's not like that, then maybe they could show us that like later on in the film. But I'll get into more about that part of why. Then there's the other one saying about officially confirming it that Shatter and Dropkick are triple changes, so obviously from the figures. So now they are 100% confirmed, so that's pretty cool. Now there was another thing brought up before the information on what went on the panel, but I'm gonna save that one to when I'm going through this now, because it's a big one we got to talk about. So let's go through this panel then. So first ones were saying footage will be shown, so they were showing footage. Now there was commentating on Bay's lack of subletities. Hang on, Sublety. So it sounds like, I think some people might have been commenting about like, oh, this is better than Bay's version. You know, I'd say that's what's been going on. And now I'm not gonna give a bad negative to those people, but well, what I'm trying to say is, look, I do enjoy the other 5 films. I mean, don't get me wrong, they are good, but the first one's great. Second one was good as well. When it came to the other 3 as well, I thought they were alright. I mean, the last one, I did feel some, like, there were problems there, like the Megatron. Well, some reason going back to Megatron and never explain why Galvatron went back to Megatron and how he got his new look. But there are some other stuff that I had complaints about that film, but they've been alright. But I don't know. It's just sometimes I feel like it's Michael Bay redoing the same thing again for the other films. Like the films did all about items and artifacts and all that, but don't get me wrong, the second one was good to introduce the Matrix of leadership. But just saying. So let's continue. And Conjuring, they're saying there's bringing humor and hard to be movie. So that's pretty good, because we know that's going to be different because they're bringing this into the Transformers. Behind the scenes production stories. Okay, that's pretty good. Features on Trevor's Night. Now this one's funny. So the actress who's playing Charlie, it says that at the panel, it says here, her name in hot dog on a steak store costume. So I don't know if that means that she's going to be doing that in the film, but that's pretty funny to hear that. The next bit was Trevor's Night taking the stage. So this is when he comes on. And then there's talking about creating B's look, just what I talked about. Then there's one bit saying about talking animation mods to movie mods. So it must be like a comparison, like how they do the whole CGI thing, I think. Then it's here saying about creation hybrid of modern movie actors. So, alright, that sounds interesting. There's one about B's animation. So looks like they could talk about the appearance of B's animation in the film, like when they went through that. There's one bit saying about talking about his purpose on Earth. Yeah, his purpose, yeah. Okay, so that's pretty amazing. Main characters going through ADOLESCENCE. So, okay. And it brings up about the Cybertron bit again. And here it says about audience can come into movie not knowing Transformers. Now, that seems interesting. That sounds like that's targeted to the ones who don't really know about the Transformers. I mean, that sounds like that's targeted to those, but I'd say from other ones who have seen the other films, I'm not sure that's not targeted for them, but that's what it says. And then different layers of references. So obviously there's going to be some references. I'd say they're going to do some references from G1 and all that. And then the actress takes on the stage, so she makes her appearance. Oh, and then it seems like it confirms one of the people in the film. Apparently, this Joe Larabu Jr. I think he's that lad with the curly hair pictures I've been seeing. Currently, he's playing a character called Mose. I got Memo. So that sounds interesting. And then it says about Charlie feeling lost and Kura's freedom before finding B. So that sounds interesting. Now back to that character who I just said, who the actor's been confirmed to play as, saying that he's a neighbour of Charlie, so looks like the neighbours. And according to it, they says there's going to be a Goldbots references. So what I've heard about these before, and Goldbots are possibly some kind of whip-off of Transformers, or they're the same as the Transformers. But okay, so looks like there's some references about that. BB will be a coming of age story, so that sounds pretty amazing. It says here, making sure Charlie and B's relationship means something. So that's pretty good. So when we see the film, and when it comes to the relationship, that's what it sounds like. They're going to make sure that it means something in the film. So you can feel like, okay, so they haven't cast out aside about the relationship thing. You're going to see the relationship between these two, and that is pretty cool. Now they go on to talk about Shatter and Dropkick. Here, obviously, I've brought up triple changes, obviously confirmed. Yeah. Shatter, and this one is really interesting here. It says Shatter is inspired by Nightbird. Now, if you don't recall who Nightbird is, now I did look it up as well. So it seems like Nightbird was a created Transformer robot from the G1. I'm sure there was an episode. Hang on, if I can find it. Yeah, if I believe, it was a creation from a human. Yeah, some human created this bot, and then he went on a rampage and teamed up with the Decepticons, and it was kind of like a drone really. So, and yeah, that I'm always worried about that. So that's pretty interesting that they took Shatter inspired from her. So, that's pretty amazing. Now this one's also interesting. Dropkick inspired by Megatron. So. I'm not going to say I'm against on this thing, but I don't know. I mean, how is he inspired by Megatron, really? I did have a look on him, like his look. I was like, there's no similarities to Megatron. I mean, is he meant to be similar to Megatron, or does he see the same ideas as Megatron, or? I mean, I don't know how he's inspired by Megatron, but hopefully maybe before the film comes out, they could explain more like how is he inspired by Megatron, but that's pretty amazing to know. And also about the, before I carry on the next bit, I do like the idea that them going with having Decepticons as triple changers. Now, this is completely going change. Because, I mean, yeah, we've had a triple changer in the live action, as I said before, Driv is a triple changer, but I'm liking it now that it's like an older bot versus triple changer Decepticons. Because in the other films, we've all had like older bots who just have one mode facing Decepticons with one mode, or with other modes as well, like the combiner kind of modes, like with Devastator. But you get the idea with it. But this is like the first time we're going to see just one older bot, like obviously Bumblebee, facing against Decepticons. But not just that, they are also triple changers. So I'm really looking forward to that, really. I'm looking forward to that change, really. And I'm still looking forward to, like, B's the only one who's going to take on these Decepticons. Now, here's the next bit that's really got me really not happy about. So, do you recall that in the very first teaser trailer, I brought up about there was this Jet Decepticon. And I said about that it's a Starscream, It's Starscream, he's got the look and everything. Now, by that time, they didn't really confirm if it was Starscream, but I was going by with Starscream. And obviously from the look, I said, it has to be him. Well, according to part of the panel, they said that the Jet is not Starscream. So you're going like, okay. So you might be thinking, who is it? Well, it has been confirmed that the Jet is Blitzwing. So now you might be thinking, what? Blitzwing? Now, you might be thinking, why have they gone with Blitzwing? I mean, even I'm questioning that as well, because I'm like, if you have a look at at his film version, and compared to his G1, he has no looks of Blitzwing. I mean, I don't know what's really going on here. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like it that they're introducing Blitzwing in the film, but I'm not liking that he's gonna have the face and also maybe the body look of Starscream. I mean, I don't know what's really going on there. Now, up here now on my laptop, I'm just having a comparison look like to the G1 Blitzwing, and because I said to myself, does he have that similar head look to Starscream in G1? And no, he doesn't. Not even the face. I mean, face is going to be different, obviously, but and so I mean, they didn't really show like a photo of Blitzwing. You know, who they're confirming now. They didn't show like the body, so I can't really do a comparison. But look, I'm telling you this now is, one, I'm happy he's in it, but two, I'm not liking them giving him the look of Starscream. Now, I mean, who knows? Maybe it could turn out to be, might be false. I mean, not saying that this information is false. I mean, maybe the Trevor's Knight, if he was the one who said it, maybe he's, you know, making us think that it's not Starscream anymore. Maybe he's keeping it a secret, really. What if he's just following us off, saying that, oh, it's just Blitzwing? Now, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he is telling the truth or not, but I'll just have to wait and see until nearly close to the film, really. Or the film, really, when it comes out. Now, also with that, they also bring up saying they're unsure if Blitzwing is a triple changer. Now, that's what gets me more furious about that, because I'm not going to be happy if he turns out he just has the jet mode, because that's not Blitzwing. Blitzwing is a triple changer like Shatter and Dropkick are going to be. Now, if that does happen and Blitzwing is just a jet vehicle, just Decepticon, then I'm not going to be really happy about the film version of him. I mean, I'm hoping he does have a tank mode with it, because that's Blitzwing, because he's a jet and a tank. So I'm hoping they do keep that, but I am praying that that does happen, but who knows? I mean, we'll just have to wait and see, really. So let's move on. So also, after that bit, they said about human antagonists as well. That's when they bring on John Cena. So that's pretty cool. And we got, John Cena, so they say again that he's playing Agent Burns. And they say that Burns is a complication man. I think that's right. Complicated. Yeah. And it says, they explain about the relationship between Charlie and Agent Burns. So, looks like there's going to be some kind of relationship between those two. Not a love one, obviously. I'm not saying it like that. But maybe some kind of, maybe them enemies kind of relationship and then grow to be friends kind of thing. And then they say, also with it, it says they don't agree with each other, but in a sort of jokey way. So, I'm trying to imagine how that's going to work out in the film, but I don't know, it might work out, but I'm not pretty sure. There is also saying that Agent Burns believes he's white. So, I can understand what his character is like then. So, his character is going to be like, he's always white on everything. That's what he's sounding like. Now, when we went back to the one bit I just quickly bring up. The one where he says about human antagonists as well. So, it seems like them classing him as an antagonist as well. So, he's going to be like a villain, sort of. Well, that's what it sounds to me. But I'm hoping he's not like a villain. I'm hoping maybe he starts off like it, but then he realised that, you know, he's not a bad guy. You know, he actually wants to help Bumblebee. Well, it depends on what goes on in the film. Then we get to the actual footage shown. So, according to some footage, so we get a forest scene versus military. So, looks like that's going on. And it says Blitzwing and BB fighting on mountain. So we're going to get a fight scene between these two. Now this one's interesting, I found. So according to this, it says B lost and suffered memory core failure. So it sounds like that B loses his memory in the film. So, because now this is another thing I want to get into more about. So, that could explain why B acted like what he was in the trailer. Because in the trailer he acted like he was scared of Charlie. He was on in the corner of the garage, and like he was scared. Now that does explain why he's like that. And with that, does this mean that maybe he lost his memory of who he is? And that could also mean that he might have lost his memory of why he's come to Earth. I mean, that could be the other thing. And maybe that could play into the World War II thing, because that's the one thing I'm still considering about, because I know there's been still some talks like, is this meant to be a reboot, or is this still going to be a continuum in the same universe from the other films, but I don't know. I mean, and that I still couldn't explain maybe why he's got a new look. I mean, maybe that doesn't explain why he's got the new look as well. I don't know why I said that, but I just thought maybe that sounded like a good idea, but doesn't now. But yeah, so that's going to be interesting. So, and you know, it also reminds me of the Iron Giant a bit, because don't forget, this is meant to be inspired by the Iron Giant, and that was inspired as well, because the Giant loses his memory and he doesn't remember who he is, and then later on he gets his memory back of who he is. So, well, you don't see him having these flashbacks and getting his memories back, but you could tell that he starts to remember he's a weapon robot. So that's what I thought I'd bring up. And then according to it, part of the scene, he says he scans a VW Beetle before fainting. Also, looks like he will faint in the film. And then we get a gore scene. And then here it says they show an extra scene. So they show Charlotte and BB talking for the first time. And according to it, it says she named BB. Okay, so sounds like she gives him the name of Bumblebee. Because here he says, you look like a Bumblebee, so I'm going to call you that. Now, I'm still don't know about that bit yet, because I would have thought that B's already called Bumblebee before he came to Earth, because obviously that worked in G1, you know, all the Autobots had names like Optimus Prime and all that, so I mean, maybe when it comes to that bit, maybe it'd be like, oh, what a coincidence, girl. He is named Bumblebee. So maybe like when he gets his memory back and when she finds out that he is named Bumblebee, she'll be like, oh, what a coincidence, I didn't name you that. I just said that. Now, also, this one is an interesting as well. It says here that Shatter and Dropkick offer to help military find Bumblebee because he's a criminal. Oh, so that seems interesting. So, one from this, it seems like they're going to do like this Decepticon with human teamwork again. But here it says about them telling him that B is a criminal. So, it's obvious I could see what's going on here. So, it's obvious that it's going to be a bit of a difference to the other films. So, in this film, so it's going to be like, these two will tell the humans that we'll help us and we help you because we need to hunt down Bumblebee because he's a criminal. So they'll lie to the Sector 7 humans, but then it'll be like later the Sector 7 humans and Agent Burns will realise that, hang on, B ain't the criminal, these two are the criminals. So I can see it's going to go down like that. So, as I said, it'll be like Sector 7 working for these two Decepticons but not knowing they're the bad guys. And they'll think B's the bad guy. And then later in the film, they'll realise that B's the actual good guy, and they'll realise they're the bad guys. So, it's obviously going to go down like that, so that'd be pretty cool. It says also we'll get a fight scene between Shatter, Dropkick, and B, so that sounds amazing. And now this one isn't amazing. It says here, Optimus Prime appears in hologram form, looking close to G1 design, so we already heard that Optimus was in the film, but this is amazing. Now, it was also what I did say about, like, how was he going to appear? Was he actually going to appear in the flesh or in a hologram? Or a flashback? But that's confirmed that he's going to appear in a hologram form and looking like his G1 design. Oh, sounds amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Now, I know what his G1 looks like, but I'm trying to think, how's he going to look like in live action? I mean, I'm trying to think, are they going to change the head to make it look G1 and maybe the body as well? Now, this is what buzzed me up as well, because if they say he's appearing in the hologram form, like, if we're going to see the whole body and the head, I'm saying to myself, we're only going to see him, like, in his Cybertronian form, really, because don't forget, because if they keep this in this timeline, really, don't forget, Prime doesn't come to Earth until 27, so we can't really have him appeared on Earth, but Would be a shock if they changed and only went, oh wait, Prime did came to Earth early in the year 87 like B, but I wouldn't think so, but we had to wait till the film, really. So here's some last ones they brought up. So there was the Q&A time. So this bit says about Agent Burn is grey, motley. I don't know what that's meant to mean. And it says, in place of B during shooting, man on stills was used. So, because that sounds like, because, you know, every time they do a film, they done the other films, they always, when they do the Transformers bits, they always get like a long stick and a dot, so the actors then know where to look at when they're doing the talk scene with the Wildbots. So it sounds like they're doing a similar thing with this film, but obviously here it sounds more different what they're doing. And it says here, Knight brings up about Bumblebee will surprise people. I hope it does. Then it says, to John Cena, he says, what do you like about Transformers? So he asks us about that. And here he says about having a Transformer is like having two toys. Like have two toys. So that sounds interesting. Then he's also wowed by 12-year-old. I don't know what went on there. And then the voice actor who plays Optimus Prime, Peter Conjuring, sorry I'm saying his last name wrong, actually made an appearance at the panel as well. And it says here, Peter is asking Knight in Optimus' voice about the lack of Prime in the footage. So maybe he's going on about like, what's the lack of Prime in the footage? So that sounds pretty amazing. And now this bit sounds pretty amazing. What does Ed Autobot have to do to get his own movie? Oh, so could this be a hint that maybe they could be doing an Optimus Prime movie? Now, there has been there wasn't no news. Now, I didn't want to do a video on it because I wasn't pretty sure is this an actual confirmed thing, but there was news about saying about they were talking about another live action Transformers film they were doing. And there has been some talks lately about like, could we ever get another solo film, like for an Optimus Prime film? And, you know, I would be down for that. But you got to think about this. If the Bumblebee film does good, and hopefully it does good, and obviously it's got to do good, it'll be better than the other films. If it does good, and in the box office does great with that, then we will get the Optimus Prime movie. And I'll be down with that. I would really be down with that. So that would be pretty amazing. And the last thing, it just says panel over. So, yeah. That's all the information from the panel really. Now, if you want to read this all through for yourself, if you wanted to, I will leave the link to that site down in the description below, so you can have a read for yourself if you wanted to. And also, well, I ain't really got much more to say about this really, but only thing I can say is I like the info they give out. As I said, disappointed about the that Starscream's not in the film. It just turns out it's Blitzwing, but I don't know. Maybe my mind might change later on. I might say, okay. I'll just say, okay. I'm starting to like it more, but we need to get more news about this. So if we do ever get more news about it later on this year before December, then as I said, might change my mind by then. So yeah. So that's for that, really. So if you want to keep up to date with pictures and info of the Bumblebee movie, they'll be down in the description below on me Transformers Facebook page, so you can have a look there. Leave your comments down below on this. What do you think of this information? I mean, do you like this information? Do you think it's good we could have Cybertron in it? What do you think about the Blitzwing thing then? And also the footage for this shown, and give your thoughts really, and give your own theories about this stuff really, and I'll really like to discuss about this with you. And also give this a thumbs up, share this out to your friends so I can get more viewers, and subscribers to this channel. And if you're new to this channel, this is what I do. I do Transformers and Marvel Cinematic Universe news. I do trailers, TV spot, clips, and spoiler reviews. The trailers, TV spots, and clips, I do the non-spoilery ones. When it comes to the TV spots and clips, I haven't really done much of those, but I said I try to do one of reaction video to both of them. as possible, but I don't give your hopes up on that, but I'm just saying that. And when it comes to this, and also with the spoiler reviews, I only do the film side of the both. And with last but not least, and we see my last Bumblebee video, click here, my channel. Make sure you click the bell, so you can be notified when new videos are up, and you can keep up to date. And here you can jump to my last Marvel video. So that's all I'm going to say, really, guys. And I'll say this now: if they do reveal the Bumblebee trailer, maybe around today or tomorrow, you know, I will get a video on that. So that's really, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. See you again soon. Peace.